everyone, it's Hunter and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, it is so nice to meet you. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys all of the books on my Amazon wish list. If you guys don't know, I am a huge reader. I don't know if you can tell by this bookshelf behind me, but this is a full bookshelf and then I have another one. They are very stylized right now and they do have some more space for books, room to grow. So with that being said, I have a nice list of books that I want to own in the future, ones that I have already read and absolutely love, so I want to own a copy of it for my own personal library, or they're an insta buy author for me, so it's an author that I will buy every single one of their books regardless of what the book is about, or it is ones that I've seen that are highly rated, even if I've never really read the author before. They're ones that I feel like I'm going to like based on the description and the cover. So I just thought I would share this with you. This is by no means me asking you to buy me books. That's not what I'm doing because it's on Amazon, so you know you can see people's wish lists, but that's not what I'm doing. I am just sharing with you guys the books that I would like to own. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my list on my Amazon account and let's go ahead and get started. Lists. It is so hot in this room. Okay, book wish list. So these books are in no particular order at all. They're just the order that I added them to this list. So I'm going all the way to the bottom. There are literally so many books on this list. They're just ones that I hope to own one day. So the first huge chunk of books is the rest of the Colleen Hoover books. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 of her books and I think she has 21 out right now. So I still need 10 more, plus It Starts With Us, but I have already pre-ordered that one. So I need Losing Hope, Too Late, Maybe Now, Hopeless, Confess, Heartbones, Point of Retreat. For some reason they're not all right here. And then I'll get back to the rest of the Colleen Hoover ones once I find them on this list. Next, I need the last book in the in the Crazy Rich Asians series. The last one is called Rich People Problems. I have the first 2 books, so I just want to complete the series. Next is Things We Never Got Over by Lacie. This was such a cute book and I really enjoyed it, and the cover is stunning, so I think it'll look really nice on my shelf over here, but also I just really enjoyed the book, so I'd love to have a copy of that. Next, I'm a huge fan of Sarah Adams and I have 3 of her books and I've pre-ordered another one, but she has some like historical romance. I'm not gonna say I don't have an interest in reading them, but those are not ones that I've read yet, but I have read the It Happened in Nashville series and the It Happened in Charleston series, and I have 1 book from both of those series, so I just need the other 2, The Off Limits Rule and The Enemy. And then one that I read an advanced reader's copy of at the beginning of the year was Meet Me in the Margins by Melissa Ferguson, and I thought that book was absolutely adorable. The cover is so cute and I just genuinely really loved that book, so I'd love to own a copy of it. Next is Before I Do by Sophie Cousins. This book has not come out yet, I don't think. Yeah, it's for pre-order right now. It comes out on October 11th and I have one up there on the shelf that's hers. What is it called? Just Haven't Met You Yet, and also I have read This Time Next Year and really loved those, so I'd love to have a copy of this. I do have an ARC on my on my Kindle of this book, so I have a feeling I'm gonna love it and want a physical copy of it. And then the next one is This Time Next Year because I really loved that book. One of my favorite reads from 2021 was Dear Edward by Ann Napolitano. This book was seriously such a, it was very like literary to me and I really loved it. I thought it was really good, plus I like the cover, so I would love to have a copy of it so that I can loan it to people and just tell them how much I love it. Then there are a couple of Christina Lauren books. I don't have them all in order on here, but the first 2 that I have listed on here are Love in Other Words and Twice in a Blue Moon. I have only put the books that I've read by them on my list because I don't want to they're not like a must buy author for me, but there are the ones that I have read by them and I really enjoyed them. And then on here I have the entire Bridgerton series because I actually don't own any physical copies of them, but I've read them all. So there is The Duke and I, The Viscount Who Loved Me, An Offer from a Gentleman, Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, To Sir Philip with Love, When He Was Wicked, It's in His Kiss, and On the Way to the Wedding. And so I have all 8 of those, but I also have the box set on my wish list just because the box set has the same like original covers on them and they're mass market sized, so it's a lot cheaper to buy them that way. Honestly, this is just for my reference. Whenever I go to a bookstore, I can know what to look for. And then a couple more Christina Lauren books. Something Wilder, which I have already read, super cute. I want it in paperback when it comes out. I'm pretty sure the paperback comes out, I don't know when. Oh, okay, apparently you can buy the paperback already. I didn't realize that. And then Roomies, My Favorite Half Nightstand, both by Christina. Then the rest of the books that I don't have from Taylor Jenkins Reid, which are After I Do, One True Loves, and Maybe in Another Life. Those are all ones I've read, loved. For some reason, I'm back to the Colleen Hoover books. There's This Girl, Slammed, and Finding Cinderella, which is a novella. And then there is The Switch by Beth O'Leary. I've read The Flatshare and The Switch. I have The Flatshare on my shelf, and then I also have 2 other books by Beth O'Leary on my shelf. So I want to complete my Beth O'Leary collection by getting The Switch. And then I am a huge Karen Slaughter girl. If you guys don't know who that is, she is a thriller author, and she is the author behind the book that Pieces of Her on Netflix is based off of. So I am a big Karen Slaughter girl, and I want to own all of her books. I have a good number of them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of her books. Did not realize I had so many, but there are 2 series and then there's a couple standalone books. So I want to complete the series. Also, the books are really, let me just show you. So like, this is the second book in a series. First of all, it is mass market paperback, but it was published. Let me see when it was published. This book was published in 2002. It's old enough that they've gone through pretty much every cycle of publishing. So they've gone through hardback, paperback, and now mass market. So I can get most of them from used bookstores for around $3 a piece. So those won't be super hard to find. It's honestly better for me to buy them from those used bookstores than it is to buy them from Amazon. But let me tell you what they are. There is Fractured, which is a part of the Will Trent series. The Silent Wife is a part of the Will Trent series. Faithless is a part of the Grant County series. Pieces of Her is a standalone, and Coptown is a standalone. And then next, another book I read as an advanced reader's copy that I really enjoyed is Josh and Gemma Make a Baby. And I actually heard that there is a 2-part, like there's a series, a sequel coming out in February or March or something. So I'm super excited about reading that, but I'd really love to own a copy of this one. And then I'm a big fan of Megan Miranda, so I want to read The Last to Vanish, which is on my list to purchase. Right now, it's only available in hardback because it just came out not too long ago. But I have The Perfect Stranger, The Last House Guest, and All the Missing Girls on my shelf over there, so I'd love to add to my Megan Miranda collection. Some others that I've read from her and loved and would love to own a copy to have a collection of hers are Such a Quiet Place and The Girl from Widow Hills. And then there is an author I discovered for the first time on Kindle Unlimited, and I've never actually seen any of her books in person before, so she may be an indie author who just publishes on Amazon, but it is Minka Kent, and I have read all but one of these, and it's because it is a pre-order right now. So the titles are Gone Again, which is the pre-order, and then Unmissing, The Stillwater Girls, The Watcher Girl, Thinnest Air, When I Was You, The Perfect Roommate, and The Memory Watcher. I have read all of those and I loved them. I think she's a great psychological thriller author, and I highly recommend if you have Kindle Unlimited and you like psychological thrillers. A couple of others. One that I have read is How to Fake It in Hollywood. I adored this book. I thought it was really good and one of my top reads from this year so far. So I'd love to own a copy of that. And then one I have not read that's beautiful, so even if I hate the book, it's still a beautiful book to put on a shelf, is Birds of California by Katie Tugno. It looks good. Another one is As Seen on TV that I haven't read, but I really love the cover and I just have a feeling that I'm really gonna like it. And then a couple more that I have read that are by different authors. Before You Knew My Name by Jacqueline Bublitz, Lying in Wait by Liz Nugent, The Wedding Season by Katie Birchall, Dream On by Angie Hockman, Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt, In the Weeds by B.K. Borison, and I'd like to have the other books in the Love Light series, Love Light Farms, and I can't remember what the third one's called because it hasn't come out yet. And then one that I have read that have not read that I'd like to have is The Layover by Lacie Walden. Again, I have no idea. I'm probably gonna love it based on the cover. It just looks like a book that I'd be into. I know we shouldn't judge books by their covers, but let's be real here. We judge books by their covers. I feel like that is the only case of life where we actually should judge books by their covers. You know, we're not supposed to judge a person from their outside. That's just a saying. I don't believe in not judging books by their cover because if it has an ugly cover, I'm not gonna read it. Mostly because like, not a cute cover. But also rom-coms just have really cute covers. Next is one that I have read is Wait For It by Jen McKinley. I love the cover. It's a really cute book. So there's that. And then the next 3 books on here are ones I've read. It's The Summer I Turned Pretty series by Jenny Han. Since the covers have been redone, they are gorgeous and I'd love to have them on my shelf. A few more I have read and just want to add on to this list. The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides, The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager, The Highland Fling by Megan Quinn, One Night on the Island by Josie Silver, The Two Lives of Lydia Bird by Josie Silver, One Day in December by Josie Silver, Discordant Memories by Dee Rawlings, and I read this one as an ARC because the author reached out to me and asked if I wanted to read it as an ARC, and I really enjoyed it. And then the last two books are All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers, who is the host of the Crime Junkie podcast. She promoted it on her podcast the other day and I was like, wait a second, I had no idea you were writing a book. So I added it to my list immediately. It is not available yet. Let me see when it comes out. Next week on Tuesday. So super excited about that one. And then another book I've been wanting to read is The Magpie Society, One for Sorrow, and it is by Amy McCullough and Zoe Sugg. So definitely want to check all those out. There are a few more books that I want to add to my bookshelves that I just don't have yet because I have pre-ordered them from various places. There is It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I ordered that one from Amazon, and then I've also pre-ordered When in Rome by Sarah Adams, The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas, Girl Forgot by Karen Slaughter, which is another standalone. So excited. And Carrie Soto is back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So that is all I have for today's video. If you guys want to look at my wish list, I will link it down below, but do not buy me anything, please, because I would feel so bad if you did. But that is all I have for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you've read any of the books I said I haven't read yet, and let me know how they are, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!